Now dark. Right, I'm going to have a little go at developing my cutting skills. So I've got my scissors here. It's really important when I pick my scissors up that I'm using one hand. When people first start to cut, sometimes they do it like this, using two hands. But we now need to be working really hard on using one. So I'm going to put my finger in this, my thumb in this bit, my fingers in here, and I'm going to practice my snipping. Now, when people first start cutting, it's really tricky. People manage to close those scissors, but opening them is really hard. It takes really strong muscles in your hand. So when you're first starting cutting, you will want to snip. And snipping means doing little cuts on things that are long and thin. And that's the best way to snip, because that way you get to see bits falling off and it's really nice. So if I was snipping this piece of paper here, I would get my scissors and I would snip. And straight away I've got a little bit of paper there, so you could practice snipping some strips of paper like this. Snip, snip, snip. And I just have to keep moving my fingers down away from my scissors. There you go. Snip, snip, snip. It's fun doing this with straws as well, if you've got any straws, because when you snip a straw, the bit flies off somewhere and you can go and find it. So snip, snip, snipping. I like snipping things, getting them ready for dinner. So I've got a spring onion here. So it's really good fun while you're practicing your cutting to snip things that aren't just pieces of paper. So grown-ups, if you can find lots of different things for your boys and girls to snip, it's lots and lots of fun. And then I can use these pieces in my dinner, can't I? You might find some plants outside that you can snip. And everything feels different. So this feels a lot thicker than the spring onion. I wonder what the leaves would feel like to snip. Oh, there we go. Could use these to make a pretend potion, couldn't I? So snipping things we find in the garden, but you must let your grown-ups find the plants for you. You mustn't go and just snip all your grown-ups' favourite plants in the garden. Snip, snip, snip. Something I really like cutting up because it feels really nice in your scissors is bread. So if you've got some old bread, you could have a go. Oh, I have to have strong muscles for this one, at cutting your bread. And you could snip, 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 snip little pieces of bread. I like that. So it doesn't always have to be paper. That can be really boring. See if you can think of some exciting things to practice your cutting skills. And if you're really good at cutting already, then you can do a little bit more detailed work. So you might like to find a leaf. This is only small, but you might like to find a bigger one. And you might like to have a go at cutting down those little veins on the leaf. See if you can snip along those tiny little lines. That's very tricky. There we go. Or you might like to draw something on paper. I've drawn a snake here for my zoo. So I'm going to start at the end and see if I can cut along my line. See, once I'm better with my scissors, I can cut like this and I can follow a line. I can move on from just snipping, you see. So today, why not have a go and see if you can practice your cutting skills. It might be snipping, it might be cutting along lines, and see if you can find some more exciting things to cut other than just paper. Hwyl fawr, see you again soon.